After more than 20 years in business and 2 years after opening our shiny new factory, I was running out of cash. All the stuff I thought would get better with a new baking facility. Margins, morale, quality, retention, customer service, sanitation practices. It all got worse. I truly failed to anticipate that scaling up in business can be a real recipe for disaster. What I'd like to share with you is how we faced the challenges of growth and survived, how we regained control and turned everything around by looking in the unlikeliest, really the unlikeliest of places, the trash bin. Everything, I mean everything changed when we thought about the trash. Not only did we fix the financial metrics and generate the much-needed cash, but more importantly, and more incredibly, we reignited our team's pride and passion, and we fundamentally altered the lens through which we continue to examine the business. What began a long time ago as a flour-dusted kid with a French stone oven, mixing and baking and delivering a few dozen loaves a day, grew into a full-fledged baking operation, producing well over 20,000 loaves and buns and rolls daily in a well-worn bakery wholly incapable of keeping up. Making more was good news for us. But the even greater news was that we had a confident team, lots of accolades and new opportunities just waiting for our increased capacity. We were hungry for that next step. To finance this new bakery, we worked with the bank. Afraid I had bit off more than I could chew, they kept a close watch from the beginning. It started with quarterly reporting and a little concern. I realized quickly what was at stake here: my business, the livelihood of our 100+ companions, the term we use for all of our employees, the validity of who I was and who I had been for essentially my whole adult life. Lots of sleepless nights. I tried to balance a sense of urgency with a demeanor of calmness and confidence for my team. It helped, but an inspiring demeanor alone was no match for all of our problems. What gets generated the most when your organization starts to get overwhelmed by processes and is running too fast is waste. In our bakery, that looks like a lot of mistakes. Products made out of spec that could be under or overweight, under or overbaked, or simply mishandled somewhere along the line and smashed, misshapen, or dropped on the floor. There are so many opportunities to screw it up and create trash. The waste really frustrated our bakers. Not only did it lead to overflowing dumpsters, but it was a huge hit to our self-confidence and our identities as craftsmen. It is so incredibly disheartening to nurture a loaf of bread and have it end up in the trash. Many days and nights we went home tired and dejected. We lost some good folks and struggled to keep new ones as this mountain of trash kept growing. We found ourselves eating a lot of humble pie. I know, I got a lot of them. 2 years in, with not a heck of a lot of improvement, the bank's concern turned up a notch. They wanted to have a sit down and hear my plan for how I was going to dig out of this mess. It goes without saying, but sit-downs generally with the bank are no fun. My apologies to my banker who's out here somewhere in the audience. In preparation for the meeting, I gathered a ton of data. When we moved in, we contracted with a trash company that installed a compactor and charged us for the number of pickups and the pounds of trash dumped. I didn't have any comparative basis against which to judge these numbers. All the years in the old shop, we had simply written a monthly trash check to our landlord, never really thinking about waste. Curious, I decided to chart the numbers they had been sending for the last couple of years and see where we were. I was astounded by the volume. We were generating 1.6 million pounds of trash per year. That amount of garbage will cover an entire football field, nearly 5 feet deep in trash. I realized that this mound of trash was costing us so much more than the compacting and the hauling fees. It was loaded with wasted ingredients, wasted labor, wasted energy, and lots of lost opportunities. All of our cash was buried in all of this bread that was being discarded well before it could reach our customer. What I shared with the bank was the embarrassment I felt about the waste and a very simple plan. We would fix the trash problem. We believed by shoring up all of the places where we were generating waste, we could overcome the financial challenges. Less was going to become more. At least we hoped it would. And you know what? As crazy as it probably sounded, the trash? Really? The bank said okay. They gave me a little bit of rope and told me to get to work. We had our starting point, 1.6 million pounds. Every month, I committed to standing in front of my team and reporting 2 numbers that I thought were critical. 1, the total pounds of trash generated the month before, as reported by our trash company, and 2, our trash efficiency, a number that I created to recognize waste relative to monthly sales volume. It was super important to me that I didn't inadvertently incentivize my team to send out bad bread in an effort to record less waste. The efficiency metric is intended to keep a check on quality. We needed to get back to our bread and butter. Stop rushing, stop overthinking, and we needed to look for opportunities everywhere. We just challenged our companions to go back to grade school and find ways to reduce, reuse, and recycle. We quickly uncovered that we had made some early decisions that unknowingly contributed to a culture of indifference towards waste. The biggest of those was towels. When we moved in, we worked with a rag company that sold us scrap towels and recycled t-shirts for less than half the price of renting and laundering towels from our uniform service. We go through a lot of towels at the bakery to keep equipment and surfaces clean. It seemed like an easy decision. The scraps weren't durable enough to be laundered, so we just told the bakers to throw them away after they used them. What we failed to appreciate is that many, if not most of our bakers are first generation out of poverty or first generation with a full-time job, a real diverse team of ethnicities and nationalities. The perception of throwing away towels was just so wasteful to everyone. If we're throwing those away, then dough or bread or any other mistakes we made probably didn't matter either. When we invited feedback from our team, they immediately and loudly challenged us on the towels. So it's the first action we took. Not only did we stop the scrap towels, but we went further. Rather than going back to renting and laundering, we purchased high-quality towels and a commercial washer and dryer and started handling it ourselves. It was truly the redirection that started the whole process. Buying something new, related to the mission, even in the midst of a cash crunch, really screamed, okay, he's serious about this stuff. Now, what else can we do? What followed were essentially micro innovations that little by little added up to lots and lots of savings. We just started thinking differently about how we handled production, adding checkpoints, paying more attention, and creating repeatable routines. And we talk trash regularly with our team because we've always believed in the idea of what gets measured gets managed. And month by month, trash bill by trash bill, we fundamentally changed everything that we did, and then everything changed about our business. What's been the impact? Overall, we have eliminated over 1 million pounds of annual trash. If the average trash bin holds 75 pounds, that's 13,333 less trips to the dumpster per year. Since we all take out the trash, we all notice that. And the 1,000,000 pounds, coupled with the recycling and the composting programs that have evolved from the initiative, represents a reduction in our landfill contribution by 76% per year. Additionally, and maybe more importantly, we have more than doubled our trash efficiency from below $6 in sales per pound of trash to greater than $12. While this trash efficiency began as kind of a made-up number, we've come to realize that it can truly tell the story of the health of our business. Now, in looking at these charts, you can see that we've had a few hiccups as we've tried to rebuild our team in the later stages of the pandemic. The trash initiative, though, has been an anchor for us through COVID. When we didn't have a lot of good things to share with our team, we could, for the most part, still celebrate our waste reduction successes. And this anchor has had an immeasurable emotional and relational impact on our people and on our culture. So with this turnaround, the numbers improved, and the bank took a deep breath. But the real icing on the cake is that we're no longer going home tired and dejected. We love what we do again. We now welcome new companions into the shop with more attention and intention. They can show up, learn, and immediately make a difference because of the message's simplicity. Less truly has become more. We still have a long way to go to send zero trash to landfill. That's our next big win. For us, though, measuring and managing our trash has been the greatest thing since... Thank you.